Assalamu alaikum, family. This is Ryan X coming to you live. Hope that you all are doing well out there. Hope that you're having a blessed day. This is a day that Allah God has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. We're toward the end of the week. We made it by the grace of Allah, and I just really hope that you all doing well. For those of y'all in the Midwest, on the East Coast, and down south, please continue to stay warm. Take the necessary precautions to be safe. Don't go out unless you have to. Make sure you got plenty of food, canned goods that's going to last you about 3 to 6 months. Water, batteries, candles, a generator, a small portable generator if you live in an apartment. Um, Make sure you got your medicine for those of y'all who may have medical issues like taking insulin or whatever kind of medication you may be taking. Make sure you got enough of it. Make sure your insurance papers, all that, gas is enough gas in your car, all that. Make sure everything is good. With the faucets, make sure you know where the shut off valves are at, and whatso have you. But I know many of y'all know these things, but it's always good to go over it. But just make sure y'all are staying warm and being safe, and y'all are in my prayers. And the likelihood that you're having one of those days, because we know that in this life, a little rain must fall. Always remember this: tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God, and He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. So, getting to the topic for this video. Peace, brother Iron Will. Another real one over here. Thank you for tuning in. Brother Steph Carlo, thank you for tuning in, brother. Another real one. All right, now. I appreciate y'all, brothers. Much love and respect. Thank y'all for tuning in. Getting to the topic for this video. So, Paul Birdsong announced, I think it was over the weekend, that he had got pushback from some surviving Black Panther members and the new Black Panther Party, that they no longer support them. Well, a lot of them didn't, but it was one, I forgot his name. Name is Dixon. I can't think of his first name, but he pulled back his support of the new Black Panther Party. And so Paul Birdsong, on video, it was him and like four other people. He took his the Black Panther emblems and threw them down and said we would no longer be wearing this emblem or calling ourselves the Black Panther Party. So we're changing our name to the Black Lion Party. Well, he got that part right. And I don't mean Lion, I mean Lyin or Lying, the Black Lying Party, because they're full of it. No, how do you call yourself? And that's right, they're not even worthy of being called a Black Lion Party, right? They should call themselves the Black, I don't know, Skunk Party, the Black Raccoon Party, the Black German Shepherd Party. No, German Shepherds are tough. I don't know, the Black Fox Party. I don't know what they I don't care what they call themselves, really. You call yourselves the Black Sparrow for all I care. But in any event, they're not Black Panthers. So because they said the international liberation for everybody, first and foremost, let's get something straight. Let's make this clear. The only reason, the only reason that this party came about was because Renee Good was murdered. Am I right or am I absolutely right? The only reason why these Negroes came out their woodwork, whatever hole they crawl out from, was because Renee Good was murdered. Renee Good was the lesbian woman who was murdered 3 weeks ago in Minneapolis by ICE. Now, I've said on here many times, she was at the wrong place at the wrong time. She didn't do anything wrong, from what I could see. Maybe she was blocking traffic, but she shouldn't have died that day, but she did. But her so called wife instigated her death. Let me repeat that again. Her so-called wife instigated her death by antagonizing the ICE agent. Come on, big boy. You better bring a lunch. You better pack a lunch, big boy. Like she's challenging him. But he was a coward. His manhood was challenged, and Renee Good suffered. Now her son is without a mother, and because her so-called wife instigated it. But they don't want to have that conversation though. But this is why this party all of a sudden arose from the ashes. It's because this white lesbian woman died. And they said they fight for illegal immigrants. But question for y'all. Haven't illegal immigrants been deported for years now? Why haven't we heard from these people then? Not only that, thousands of brothers and sisters of our brothers and sisters have been unjustly slaughtered by white supremacist terrorists calling themselves the police. Where was this party then? That's why the original Black Panther Party came about, because the citizens out here in Oakland and West Oakland were being harassed by Oakland PD, and they were protecting their community. That's how the Black Panther Party started. Not because some lesbian white woman got shot by federal agents. But before I go any further, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button now, hit that subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. But that's not why they came about. And you fight for illegal immigrants. You're you're going against what the Black Panther Party stood for. The Black Panther Party was for the protection of the Black community. Yes, they became allies of the hippies, of the Brown Berets. I think that was their name, the Hispanic group, and there was a Pacific Islander militant group. They became allies of them, but they did not fight for their causes. They fought for the causes of Black people because we were being terrorized by the police. So you're even defeating the purpose of it, calling yourselves Black anything. If anything, you should call yourself the Rainbow Lion Party. Maybe that's a good name for you, the Rainbow Lion Party. That's a great name for y'all. The Rainbow Dove Party, Rainbow Squirrel, Rainbow Raccoon, whatever the hell. Because you're not fighting for the cause of Black people. You're doing the exact opposite. And now you got white women out here wanting to join the Black Panther Party. Since when? Since when have white women wanted to join the Black Panther Party? Riddle me this. When? This dude is an op. This dude is an op. He going on TV, on video, talking reckless. And see, people like him do this so to discredit the work of those who are actually doing the work of the original party. There'll never be another original party. Never. Them days of Dr. Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale, Bunchy Carter, Chairman Fred Hampton Sr., they're gone. Sister Afeni Shakur, Tupac's mother, Asada Shakur, they're gone, y'all. White women, for the most part, couldn't stand the Black Panther Party back then. Exactly. That's why this dude is a knob. This dude is a knob. I'm getting Ron Karenga vibes from him. Who is Ron Karenga, you may ask? Ron Karenga was set up by the feds to go against the Black Panther Party. His party was the US Party. I can't think of the acronym, but it was the US Party. And they got Ron Karenga is responsible for Bunchy Carter being murdered in LA. So the US Party was going against the Black Panther Party, the chapter in LA back in the late 60s. So they on behalf of the LAPD and the CIA or FBI actually, they went after the Black Panther Party, the chapter in LA. And Ron Karenga, who by the way started Kwanzaa. That's why I don't celebrate Kwanzaa, because this dude was an op. He was responsible for the death of some Panthers in LA. And I'm getting Ron Karenga vibes from this Paul Birdsong character. Dude is an op. Dude, just 5 years ago, was a gangbanger in Lansing, Michigan. He was a blood in Lansing, Michigan, threatening the police. Tariq Nasheed said last week, um, what's that? That he infiltrated the Pyru's blood gang in Compton and he got ran out of LA. It's also been reported that Paul Birdsong is, get this, now check this out, that Paul Birdsong is a pedophile. Yes, dude is a pedophile. Since when can a pedophile have access to weapons? Since when can a gangbanger go start, um, yeah, bro, whoa, yeah, he's a fed for sure. Yeah, I know, but Ron Karenga, it was a CIA and COINTELPRO, but Ron Karenga was working directly with the FBI. The others did join in though. Yeah, you're right, bro. But he is a Fed for sure. What's the dude name who set up Chairman Fred Hampton Sr., who gave the plans for the building for them to shoot up the building and raid it? The building that Fred Hampton Sr. and his pregnant wife were staying in. What was that dude named? Willie something. I can't think of it. I always forget his name. But I get this vibe from this Paul Birdsong character too. You know, they had a book called The Spook Who Sat by the Door. This dude is the spook. He not sitting by the door. He working for the William O'Neill. Thank you, brother. William O'Neill. I'm getting William O'Neill vibes from this character. This Paul Birdsong character. That's what I'm getting. Since when can a pedophile have access to weapons? They can't. I see right through this. This dude is Casper. I see right through him. I see the game they're playing. They're playing a dangerous game because they're going to get people killed. And isn't it mighty funny that it took the death of a white woman for a party supposedly fighting for the rights of black people to arise from the ashes? Doesn't that seem odd to y'all? Then they say they fight for illegal immigrants, illegal migrants, excuse me. They fight for illegal migrants. They've been feeding the community in Philly. I ain't heard of them. There's a good brother named Maj Toure. Y'all know who he is. I've talked about him many times on my channel. I know him personally. Maj Toure out of Philly. Black Guns Matter. How come you haven't partnered with him? Maj Toure been doing the work in Philly and around the country for 10 years now, bruh. He's been out there. He's been putting boots to the ground for 10 years now. We know about Maj Toure. He don't talk reckless on the on TV or on the internet. He don't have to do that. What he's doing is helping the community, teaching them about their Second Amendment rights, stop the bullying classes, avoiding conflict classes, conflict resolution classes. That brother is doing the damn work. Who the F are you? Some Johnny come lately. You dig? Righteous. Man, get out of here. Get out of here, man. You've been watching Black Panther movie. I get it. You've been watching the Black Panther movie with my brother, Marcus Chong. He's more of a Black Panther than you are, and he's an actor. You've been watching Dead Presidents. I get it. Okay. You love the movie Dead Presidents. I love the movie too. I was sad that when old girl's sister got shot. I was sad. I love Dead Presidents. I love the Black Panther movie. The one with Kadeem Hardison. I love that movie. Saw it twice. No, I probably saw it more than that. I own Dead Presidents. I saw that movie many a times. I could memorize the lines in that movie. I get it. You watch it. You love the movies. I get it, bro. I get it. You've been reading books. I get it. I get it. But you're not them. You're not them, brother. You're not really a brother. You're not them. You're a Fed. You're a op. COINTELPRO still exists, y'all. It's just more convert now because of modern technology. And you got fools like this and fools who follow him. They're going to get people killed. Because there's no way in hell a former gangbanger, a former pedophile can have access to weapons. I did too, brother. I saw it in '95 along with that Black Panther movie. Panther. That was the name of the movie, Panther. So I mean, come on. You are an op. You're a straight op. And you're being supported by the Democratic Party. Come on. The Black Panthers, question for y'all. The Black Panthers were started in 1966, correct? Out here in Oakland, California. Who was the president in 1966? I know the answer. I'm just throwing. Who was the president in 1966? And what party did he belong to? Who was the president in 1966 and what party did he belong to? That's the question. Who was the president in 1966 and what party did he belong to? Democrats is the one who destroyed the original. Yeah. So Lyndon Baines Johnson. Thank you, Brother Iron Will. Lyndon Baines Johnson. That's correct. LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson from Texas. He was a Democrat, or back in them days, they called them a Dixiecrat because the South, Texas is in the South, it's Dixie. He was a Dixiecrat. Texas is below the Mason Dixon line. Therefore, Texas is in Dixie. the South Dixiecrat. The Dixiecrats were your original Republicans now, but they were Democrats. They were staunch segregationists. You hear me? Your Strom Thurmonds, your Jesse Helms, your Robert Byrds, who, by the way, was a mentor of Joe Biden. Bill Clinton come from that party. Joe Biden come from that party. They were Dixiecrats. LBJ was a Dixiecrat, a Southern Democrat. He was president in 1966. What was going on in the world at that time? Why were there so many protests going on? The Vietnam War. LBJ was sending thousands upon thousands of young black men, young Hispanic men, and poor white boys over to Vietnam to die, to fight communism. My uncle and my father were sent to Vietnam. They have plenty of horror. Well, my dad's no longer here, but my uncle has plenty of horror stories. I've heard plenty of them. It was so bad, I had dreams about being in Vietnam. I'm not making this up. I've heard many stories. I've known a lot of Vietnam veterans, still do. Like I said, my dad and my uncle were sent to Vietnam. And I had a cousin that was over there too. So 1966, LBJ is president. He's a Dixiecrat, Southern Democrat. We had a Vietnam War going on. Young black men, young brown men, young white men are being sent over to their death to a country they couldn't even find on the map back then. Vietnam is nothing but jungle. They couldn't even find it on the map if you paid them to. Find Vietnam on the map. Oh, I don't know. I'm going over there. And the Black Panther Party they spoke out against the Vietnam War. And a lot of black men who returned back from Vietnam, get this, and I know y'all knew this, but a lot of brothers who returned back from Vietnam, the ones who still had their limbs, they joined the Black Panther Party. Geronimo Pratt was Sergeant Pratt. Geronimo Pratt was a U.S. Army Green Beret. That's right. Geronimo Pratt was a Green Beret in Vietnam. Do they have any Geronimo Pratts in this Rainbow Lion Party? Do they have any ex-military? They don't, because one thing the Black Panthers knew: you had to be strategic. You could not show the enemy your hand, because you would play right into it. You had to be strategic. That's why COINTELPRO upped their strategies to take them down, because the Black Panther Party didn't put their business out there on TV or on the radio, whatever it was at that time, advertising in the newspaper. Like Chris Tucker said when they were robbing a bank and their presidents, we may as well put an ad in the paper. There'll be no money for a nigga. Damn. That was a funny line. But they did not advertise themselves. They did not make spectacle of themselves. They did not do that. They were strategic. And this party are just a bunch of clowns. They're a bunch of ops. But see, they're drawing attention to themselves to besmirch the work of those who are trying to do the right thing for the community, for our people. So it's why. Why now? That's my question. Why now? And again, this brother was already run out of LA for infiltrating the Pyru's blood gang in Compton. He was a so-called gangbanger of blood in Lansing, Michigan. Now he's in Philadelphia. How did he make his way from Lansing to Compton to Philly? What's really going on? Wow. It's a good movie, brother. The movie Panther, it's a great movie. Yeah, it's a great watch. You'll like it. But why is this brother going from Lansing, Michigan to Compton to Philadelphia? What's really going on? Something ain't right. Well, we feed the people. Hell, the government feed the people too. Government give people food stamps. They feed the people. What does that mean? Because you feeding the people. Big deal, bro. Good. The enemy, McDonald's is feeding people. Burger King is feeding people. Wendy's is feeding people. They're not feeding them the right food, we know. They feeding them death, but they feeding them. And we don't stand on black. And then he said something in the video that really pissed me off. We don't stand for black nationalism because black nationalism equal racism. And he took a shot at our brother Bobby Seale. Check out that video. Very disrespectful. He took a shot at Bobby Seale. Bobby Seale will be 90 years old this year, inshallah. We don't stand on black nationalism because that's racism. Then take the name, then take the word black out of your name then, bro. Why do you have the name black in your name if you're not standing for black nationalism? Why have black in your name? Call yourself Rainbow, the Rainbow Party, the Rainbow Lion Party, the Rainbow Zebra Party. You an op. You are fake. You're a fraud. And the devil is a lie. Hit that thumbs up button. Smash that thumbs up button down. Hit that subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. I think I'm done talking about these fools. Let's get my blood pressure up. But share this video. Share it, share it, share it. Let's have the conversation. Please, let's have the conversation. I know there are going to be some people who disagree with me on this. I don't know why, but people just love to disagree, whatever. Be confrontational. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. And the likelihood that happens, please, let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. And in our disagreements, especially on a topic like this, let's use logic, common sense, facts, and respect, not emotion and disrespect. That'll get you absolutely nowhere. Keep that in mind. Support my YouTube channel here, my future projects coming down the pike. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you for those who've been rocking with me since day numero uno. I'll never forget y'all. I appreciate the love and support, and please continue it because your brother needs it. Please, and I don't take it for granted in the slightest bit. Brothers and sisters, y'all be safe out here. Beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So we gotta be on alert. Whether you're going to work, coming home from work, dropping your children off at school, picking them up, running errands, on vacation, or just out doing nothing, still being on alert. Those of us in the nation, General Order number 2. Y'all know what that means. So please be on alert. I love y'all. I will talk to y'all sooner than later. Inshallah. Have a blessed day. I'm out. Assalamu alaikum.